Hello, welcome back to the Off-Grid family. Today I'm going to be making multiple different types of wind turbine blades, and I've made lots of different types of blades in the past, and I just wanted to sort of upgrade the way I do it, test out different things, and see how I get on. I've got some of the normal pipes that I used to use that I've tested and they work very, very well, and then I've got some very flimsy pipe that may not work at all, but I'm just going to turn it all into blades and we can see how we get on. A quick warning. Whenever you make your own wind turbine blades, be very careful because they can shatter and turn into a million daggers and things like that. So just be careful. Test them before you decide to use them. You know, try and get them up to a certain speed safely and see how you get on. That's my warning. You know, just caution whenever you're making things like this because they can spin very, very quickly. And if they do shatter, they are very, very dangerous. Before I get on, I'd just like to thank my Patreons, John, Joseph, Darren and David. You guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate everything you've done for the channel. You really have helped me, so thank you so much. If you'd like to join them, there's a link in the description. Just follow it and, you know, but please don't. If you can't afford it, look, times are hard. Just like, comment, subscribe, all that other nonsense, and I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's get on. Okay, so today we're going to be turning this waste pipe. This one's from Wix, and this is the dimensions here. And we're going to turn it from that to this, which is a very, very rough blade. And then we're going to refine the blade down, sharpen up the edges, and make it a little better, but I'm actually going to change the way I do this. I've got a video out showing how to do this side of things, but I'm going to change it slightly and see if it's any better. When I did this before, I used a hacksaw and a hand file to do all of this, and each one took me about 25 minutes, I think. But we're going to use some power tools today, and we're going to see if we can, you know, speed the process up and make it a little bit more streamlined, because you may be able to tell it's not quite straight and they're ever so slightly different and so on. So what I would like to do is I'm going to fix these for one of my projects because I've got a lot of wind turbines to make coming up now. I'm going to cut these down, make them all exactly the same and sharpen them up, but also we're going to be making some more blades as well. I am changing the piping I'm using today because I needed longer pipe and I didn't have any in the actual proper thickness. Let me show you. This stuff here is about 5mm, and this stuff is nowhere near. This may be this is about 2mm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is going to be strong enough or if it's just going to flap about in the wind, but I'm going to be cutting all of these. I'm going to be making a large quantity of blades today. Now, it doesn't matter what pipe you use, as in what length. You can go as big as you want to some degree. Obviously, the bigger you go, the more stress you're going to have wherever you connect it. So you need to, obviously, if you go absolutely gigantic, let's say, you know, a couple more foot on top of this, then I'd advise making one blade per piece of pipe. But you can use any size pipe you want. If you're going to make them this big, you're going to need a lot of wind, but you know, but I would advise going for a thicker walled stuff than this. I actually do not think this will work, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to do it on this one, and then we'll go from there. Okay, for this bit then, you're going to need a spirit level. I'll show you why a spirit level is better than just a ruler, but you can use just a ruler. A fabric tape measure. Again, you can use anything you like here, but I'll show you why this is better. And then a pencil and a Sharpie. I use a pencil first just to make sure I'm doing it right. So the first thing we need to do is find the circumference. And like I say, you can use a piece of tape or a piece of paper and just wrap it around and then measure it. This is dead on, is it? Hang on. This is dead on 35 centimeters, 350mm. And I'm going to make 3 blades out of this. Okay, what we need to do now is draw just a straight line anywhere along the pipe, and I use my spirit level for that. And this is why I say use the spirit level, because you can place that flat down and now we can do a nice straight line. So let's do that. Straight line all the way across. And there we go. What I'll do is I'll do it with the Sharpie for you guys to be able to see a little better. Okay. Now we've got our line, we need to work out where we need our next lines. And to do that, we take the circumference, which was 350, and we divide it by how many blades we want, which is 3. So that leaves us with 116 millimeters. So, also the reason I like to use a spirit level is, this actually gives you a perfect little holder for your pipe. It makes life a lot easier. 116, so. And 116 is here. Right, once you've got your 2 marks, I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on camera, but what you next need to do is line it up to the spirit level again until you've got it where you want it. And this is why I suggested the spirit level. It just makes life a little easier. You can do this with just a bog standard ruler. I did it before, that's how I did it. Next, measure it again, 116. And we're just going to keep doing this until we have got all of it measured out. Okay, so now we have all sides lined off. So I'm going to cut these out now, and I'm just going to leave them in like this. Back in the old days, I'd measure them up on the actual pipe, etc. I'm not going to do that this time, and I'll show you why. Okay, now we got to make the propeller, and here I've got a design of the propeller I'm going to be making. And the way I did it was quite simple. Let me just show you. Took a tape measure and measured the width of the actual piece that we've cut out, and then I've actually drawn that out, the width and the length, and then I've made my rough design. I'm now going to cut it out, stick it on, draw around it on all 3 of these, so we've got the exact same propeller all there and thereabouts, and then I'm going to cut them out. Okay, I'm aware that looks a little obscene. It's not supposed to. But the next thing we need to do now is transfer this shape onto the actual blade. And I'm going to place it down below this edge. And then anything that's over the edge, it's not a problem, because this bit is basically scrap and we'll be shaping this as we need it later anyway. So to copy it down, plug a bit on the top, bit on the bottom. Okay, and now we go around it with a Sharpie. Carefully remove the tape because we want to be able to use that again in a little bit. The next one. Now we just connect up each bit. Right, and there you go. Now I'm going to do it to all the other pieces. Okay, so these are all the ones I've done. As you'll notice, these are very similar, but they're a different way round, because I just like to try it all, to be honest. These I think are going to be way too bendy, but that might be an advantage, I'm not sure. But I might have to sort of make something to, like a rib to go up them to stop them bending too much, etc. But I think I'm going to leave the video here, and what I might do is just make a rig with a motor and shove them on a motor and see how fast we can get the motor going without them falling apart. If if I can get the motor up to however many rotations and they don't fall apart, etc., then I think we can go to the next sort of section and see about getting them working, etc. I haven't at present done any of the filing down. I'd normally file edges down to make them more aerodynamic, etc. But I think if we try the next stage, as in make something to allow these to spin up to a stupidly high revolutions per minute kind of thing, and see if they explode and destroy stuff within my house, or if they don't, that'd be great, because then I don't have to get beaten up by my wife. Help me, guys. And yeah, so I think that's the next step, is make some sort of rig that we can test them all out. So maybe something that will clamp them in place and let them spin very quickly. Not super quick, because none of the wind turbines I'm going to make will need too much revolutions per minute kind of styly. But I just think this might be a good way of seeing, like, as I say, when I started making these, I knew this is very floppy. These are solid and I've used them before, so I just like to test them to not their limit, but I would like to see how fast they can go and not get absolutely destroyed. This is a completely new design and shape I haven't used before, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now. Okay, so there you are. It's a very simple process, but we need to test them, so that will be in an upcoming video. As I say, be careful, be cautious when you're making your own wind turbine blades. But I will set up some videos where we test them all. I've got various different wind turbine projects coming up, obviously, or I wouldn't have made all these different blades. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you've subbed, because I don't know when it's going to be. It shouldn't be too long, but with the weather the way it is at the moment, I'm not going out in the absolute torrential downpour because I don't want to. I might melt. Anyway, thank you so much to my Patreons. Thank you to you for watching. If you'd like to join them, pop down in the description and follow the links. Anyway, thanks again. Bye for now.